Hello and welcome back to my channel. You are watching a video by me, Nicole Kirwan, and my blog name is Adventures with Snowflake. Now, if you're not in the mood for a ranty video about a pretty serious topic, then I wouldn't watch this video. So this video is actually about the ignorance that I have been experiencing in relation to mental health issues and suicide specifically. So yeah, big trigger warning now. I'm going to discuss mental health, suicide, and people being really not understanding it, being really ignorant, arrogant, and really horrible attitudes towards it. So if you're not in a good space, please don't watch this. This is just probably going to make you feel worse. How can I film this video without talking about Logan Paul? I can't, so here we go. I'm just not going to talk about how horrible of a situation he made for himself and for everyone who had to watch it, because that's obvious and we've all seen enough of that. At the same time of its release, there was basically a threat for nuclear war and a threat for World War III and some other crazy stuff going on in the world. And there were people who, to me personally, but also just widely on the internet, saying, why are we so concerned with what's happening with some guy on YouTube when all this crazy stuff is happening in the world? And okay, I understand. Okay, if I'm not making this clear, I'm talking about Logan Paul, suicide forest in Japan, that mess. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. So basically, people talking about those issues and saying how we shouldn't be paying attention to this guy on YouTube and like giving him so much attention when there's bigger things happening. If tweeting Donald Trump in our masses could do anything to take him down and to take that guy out in Korea, do you think we would just sit back and not do it? Of course, if I could tweet massively and like go crazy at these idiots and stop the wars from happening, like obviously I would do that, but I can't. Like, I can't do anything about that in such a small circumstance. Like, I can't do anything from the comfort of my own home to stop such a massive thing happening. Like, there's a lot that I'm sure can be done, and I'd love to learn about how we can do something about it, but at the minute I'm not able to do anything about it. But I can do something about Logan Paul and YouTube's attitude towards it. So if we all tweet about it, if we all make awareness about it, if we don't shut up about it, if we keep going and talking about this and talking about the effects and talking about what YouTube should have done in response to it, something will get done. Something will change. There will be a shift. There will be a change. And so many people think, sure, what's the big deal? It's such a small thing. In relation to the threat of World War III, maybe, but for so many people, their mental health is their world. Their suicidal ideation is their world. Logan Paul could be their world. YouTube could be their escape from their horrible world. You know, like, his audience is so young and vulnerable, and even for those who are not so young but maybe vulnerable, or maybe they chose to watch and subscribe to his channel for an escape. If we don't stand up, if we don't tweet about this, if we don't make videos about this, if we don't talk about this, it's going to get washed away, and so many people's lives will be affected. Because, like I said, YouTube could be someone's world. he could have tipped someone over the edge. His attitude towards someone taking their own life because they didn't feel worth it anymore, and treating it in a very flippant manner and disrespectful manner, could very easily translate to someone who has suicidal ideation that, God, if I go, it doesn't really matter, it's not that serious. And it is. It really is. It's something I've been through myself. I know you all know that I have mental health issues, but I also, when I was younger, had suicidal ideation. I've not just been anxious or not just been low. I've been rock bottom, and so much worse. So it feels. So, although there are bigger things happening in the world at the same time, that doesn't mean that we forget about the small things. I think it's important to fight for those things. And fight for YouTube to do the right thing, whatever that may be. So, I want to talk about stuff other than Logan Paul. This is not going to be just a massive Logan Paul video because there's enough of them out there. I also don't want to exploit that person, that suicide victim, in the way that he did for views, in terms of blasting this with just a Logan Paul clickbait title, as if this is just a video about him, because then I would be exploiting that person just as much as he did, and that's not what I want to do. So I'm going to talk about the ignorance that I have experienced outside of this incident. And this happened a little while ago, and if anybody is in third year English in Maynooth and you do film studies with our lecturer called Dennis, I think. Yeah, so we did film screenings, or we attended film screenings every Friday from like 3 o'clock, and one of the films was A Star is Born. It was a very original one, and spoiler alert, just to tell everybody, the guy dies at the end. He goes and swims and doesn't come back. So at the end we always do like a feedback session, kind of commentary, so we can all talk about it, the themes, motifs, the techniques, everything that's going on in the film as we're studying these films. And a girl makes a comment I was struck by. I couldn't actually comprehend it, to be honest. I was fired up, I was red in the face, my heart was pounding out of my chest. I couldn't talk, I couldn't retaliate because I was so shocked. This woman, girl, lady, whatever, person, this person basically said, you know, was it not kind of selfish of him to do that? Should he not have just, you know, like, gone back into the house, just sat down and talked to your one, and just gone to rehab, and, you know, like, they'll sort it out, he'll figure it out, they'll talk it out, and he'll be fine. Okay, so one, the guy had already been through rehab in the film, just saying. And two, this is the thing that got me. I thought we were past this. I thought we, as like a human race, understood now that suicidal ideation is not selfish. People take their own lives because they think that the world is better off without them. If anything, it's selfless act. This kind of negative connotation of it's so selfish, it's so self-centered, they're just doing whatever they think for themselves, like they all look at all the people that they left behind them. That kind of negativity that's circling the idea of suicide is something that I thought was a thing of the past. And this is a young girl. and she, now not so young that she's naive, or at least I should have thought so, but so young that, young and educated I would think. You're in third year of English literature, and like, we study a lot of sociological kind of stuff. I know I do anthropology, so I do more of that kind of stuff, but I thought she'd have a little bit more cop on than this. I thought anybody in that stage of life would have a bit more cop on than that. I was just blown away, and like my friend who was sitting next to me, shout out to Emer, she had the balls to just really rebut her, but she had to do it twice, and pretty sure she had the last word, which was great. But that woman, that she infuriated me. I couldn't believe the ignorance. I couldn't believe that some people actually don't sympathize or empathize with people who have suicidal ideation and mental health, this like difficulties. Like, how can you actually turn around and be so malicious and say, you shouldn't have done that? Maybe malicious isn't the right word. I was shocked. How do we not know that this is a serious issue, and it just needs, it needs more attention. Like, this happened months ago, and it's still burning a hole in me that I need to talk about it now. And this kind of tipped me off too. I had already planned to make this video about what's happening with Logan Paul and then what's happening with this college student. But then I received an email, which I'm going to get now. I received this email from, actually it's not even totally obvious who it's from necessarily, as in like in terms of company, but it was like an Instagram growth company, you know, pay for followers kind of thing. Like, I get those kind of emails a lot. A lot of the time they're very generic, and you know, like, I don't know, just like really like hi and then like insert name here kind of thing, and then just their spiel, and then like, please get in contact with us, blah blah blah. So fine, that's grand. But this guy did his homework. My God, Stefan, you did your homework. Well done. I had just uploaded a picture onto Instagram. You'll find it here. I had just uploaded a picture onto Instagram, which showed that I am now on medication for my mental health, which I've never been on before, because it's gotten very bad. And I'm very, very open about that. So that's fine. But then Stefan turns around and says, "What's poppin', Adventures with Snowflake? Why are you depressed? Is it because of where you are on your social media journey? You having 0 fans on your social media page does not mean the end of the world. All you need is to act fast and look for a better strategy." So he saw my Instagram page. He saw that I actively post about my mental health difficulties, and he wants to belittle it as if it's because I have 0 fans, which is not true. I actually look at my analytics and I have a lot more fans. Can I just say, what's poppin'? Why are you depressed though? Talk about belittling a mental health issue. Talk about making someone feel small. If I was not in a better position than I am now, and I was much more vulnerable and took a big leap and put that picture on Instagram or share what I share online, can you imagine if I was not in the state that I am now and I was not as strong as I am now? And this person comes along and tries to make hay out of my fucking, like, and this person tries to monetize my demise. Like, seriously? How can someone do that? How can someone actually put in the same sentence what's poppin' and why you so depressed? Followed by, is it because your social media is doing it? I can't say I understand it. I guess what I've been trying to do with this video is to raise awareness of the fact that not everyone is all that understanding about mental health. And maybe that was my complete ignorance towards the fact that so many people are so ignorant about mental health. Maybe I just thought that we were all in a fabulous boat of understandingness, sailing along the sea of serenity. Who knows? Obviously not. Maybe there was a point to this video, maybe there wasn't. I'm not too sure. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. I'm going to leave helplines down in the description below, so if anybody was affected by any of the content in this video, please seek out some help. There are so many people there ready to help you, and so many of them are so good. Like, my favorite service has been Samaritans. Either emailing them, you can text them now, you can do an online chat like a messenger, and I'm pretty sure you can call them 24/7. So please utilize services and get help if you need to. It is okay not to be okay. And don't let anybody tell you that your problems, your issues, your feelings, your emotions, your troubles, your difficulties are small. Your life is so important. You need to be happy. You have one life. You need to live it in the best way possible. Don't let the man bring you down. Okay, I think I need to go. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for making it to the end. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was educational. If not, I hope you enjoyed it for whatever reason. Who knows? And yeah, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me out. YouTube is really crushing on those small creators, so I would really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.